Hello ladies, I'm here with you all to show you how I install my silk closure and U-part wig with virgin Malaysian wavy hair. Right now I'm just showing you all how my natural hair is. My hair has just been taken out of small twists to stretch. I also have a perimeter braid in the front where that is the leave out I will have outside of the U-part wig that I constructed. I will be doing diagonal cornrows in the front and a spiral pattern in the back. This helps to lay my hair as flat as possible so I can get a seamless install. I love Nexus Humectress. My mom used to use it on my hair when I was a little girl, and I continue to use it today. It is a conditioner, but I do use it as a daily moisturizer, and I'm just using it on my hair and specifically on my ends so that my hair isn't dry when I'm manipulating it and braiding it. I decided to do a deeper part because that is the area where my spiral braids will begin. I didn't want a line of demarcation or a bump in the front where my closure is, so I decided to make the part deeper. So if there were some sort of bump, that it wouldn't show as much because it's not at the front of my head. As you can see, I am parting small sections for my cornrows. My cornrows will be small to medium size. My reason for doing that is because I have very thick hair and I need for my hair to lay as flat as possible. And being that my U-part wig already has 4 bundles inside of it, I don't want a bulky application. This is the pattern I chose to use for my installation. It allows for my hair in the front to lay as flat as possible, and it also allows for me to use a little bit bigger cornrows in the back, but it still would be at the shape of my head. This is the silk closure that I will be using for my installation. I have attached elastic bands on it to fit the size of my head, and it helps to keep the closure in place while I am sewing. I'm putting the hair on the closure up into a ponytail so that it is out of the way when I begin to sew it on. I would like to avoid any of the hair being sewed into my braids. At that very moment, I realized that I did not have perimeter braids to anchor my U-part wig on. So I decided to sew the elastic bands on my closure onto the beginning of my cornrows and sew the U-part onto the elastic so that I don't have too much tension on my edges. Remember, we are doing this to protect our hair, not to abuse it. While sewing on my closure, I typically keep my hand on the top of the closure to make sure there are no gaps or air to make it bulky, and I sew around the perimeter. This is the U-part wig that I constructed. I used 4 bundles on it. It has a 22, a 20, an 18, and a 16. I put it on my head to see how it fits, and then I begin to sew it on my head. Basically what I'm doing is sewing my U-part wig onto the elastic that I sewed on to the front of my cornrows. Now, had my braiding pattern included a perimeter braid, I would have anchored my U-part on to those braids. But being that I had to improvise, I am sewing it around my head onto the elastic band that is sewed on to my cornrows. Make sense? I have finished sewing on my unit, and I am taking my closure hair down. And what you can witness here, I did order my hair from 2 different vendors. The hair on the U part is from one vendor, which has better quality hair than the hair on the closure. As you can see, it becomes tangled just from sitting in a ponytail, but once I brush it through, I don't have to bother it much at all. I'm going to have to tie my hair down when I go to sleep because silk closures are usually pretty bulky and I don't like how big it's looking on my head. I'm taking out my cornrows in the front, which is all of the leave out that I will have for this installation. With just a small amount of hair and most of my hair covered, you will be amazed how natural the end result will be. Alright ladies, I finally finished my install and I wanted to show you guys the hair. Alright, so that is my silk closure and my edges I have straightened out, and as you can see a little line right here, but I can definitely cover that with no issues. This side as well, and I have a little piece right here where my closure is, and I need to tack this down. It would cover that, but I'm not gonna do that right now. But I just wanted to show you ladies the finished hairstyle. Alright, thanks for watching.